All right, YouTube, what's up? Welcome to Old Bro Bike Life. Anything on two wheels goes. No balls, no nets. Since I've gotten back on the motorcycle after a good 10, 10 years, at least 10 solid years of no motorcycles, getting back out there on bikes, just a new excitement about life. It's a whole nother door open now. I got the skateboarding. Um, I do the music reaction and the reaction channel stuff, sure. That's why I'm going to do this here. I figured why not react to a video that had me talking to the screen. I was literally talking to the screen. So, what I have here behind me, this young dude is talking about how his expensive gear basically saved his ass and that you should be wearing expensive gear. Yeah, I mean, who disagrees with that right off the cuff, right? But anyway, while I was watching this video, I was just talking to it, and I said, "Dude, make a reaction video out of it." So that's what I'm gonna try to do here. Um, I'm a newbie, kinda, yeah, sorta. I got a lot of years on bikes. I got a lot of miles on bikes from the past, but sort of come back mm, out of the grave to discover the bikes again. And I'm one of those dudes that's always lucky. I learn easy lessons. And but anyway, let's get into this video right now. I know I'm gonna need some headphones for this, so let's do it.
Oh yeah, guys, I dropped my bike on my leg, and it doesn't matter how experienced you are, accidents can happen, and I'll kind of explain that. So if you guys can kind of see here, this leg is really swollen,
I don't
pretty
see it.
bad, and if I didn't have my full riding boot on, I actually had my green one.
So look at that boot. That boot, it's got a hard plastic toe. I'm assuming because it's a track boot, right? If you're gonna get your elbows and knees down into the corners, your pegs scrape. Your feet are likely to scrape. Your boots are going to scrape. I will say this: my first riding experience was on some dirt bikes, some small dirt bikes, and then a little bit later, it was a XT 200 Yamaha, an enduro type bike, and then I had a couple of the Kawasaki, the KLR 650s. I had one or two of those. I had a couple. I had two different 650L Honda versions. I had a 650R that was street legal, and probably before the 650R, I got an R1, and no problem at all. I mean, the guy told me at Chaparral Motorsports out in California, in Southern California, he said, "Do me one favor, since you've never ridden 1,000 cc's, you never ridden a race bike, like even a 600 or whatever." Uh, he goes, "If you make it to that first corner without killing yourself, then you're probably going to be fine." So like, and then the other tip he gave me, which honestly I've remembered this tip my whole life, is he said, "If you come into a corner too fast, don't brake." He goes, "Just lay that thing over and just ride the corner." He goes, "You'll be surprised what these bikes are capable of." And most people crash when most people brake in that oh shit moment. He goes, "Just trust the bike, trust the wheels, make the corner." And I had those situations, and every time his advice got me right through it, probably looking pretty good because those corners happen. I think that's the smartest lesson to be learned is don't take first time around a corner too fast. Make sure you know the road, make sure you know what you can do. So anyway, enough talking from me. That's a little bit of my background. Started with an R1. I put like 30,000, no, I put 25,000 miles on that bike. I had a 600 double R. What's that, a CBR? A 2008. I put 10,000 miles, 15,000 miles on that bike. So I got decent experience on these bikes. But I've never had a track day. I've never worn boots like this. I never wore leather suits. I was always what Yami Noob. He's the new guy I really listen to a lot. Um, I'd be what he would call a squid. I was out there in flip-flops, board shorts, doing, power wheelies that I'm just riding out, standing up. I mean, I would stand up on the back pegs and do these wheelies. I didn't even know about hitting the brakes. I didn't even know guys were doing that back then. It's sort of before the internet really got popularized the way it has. So, um, let's get into this video.
On when it happened. But
More
if
volume.
I didn't have these on, I would have probably broken my ankle and all these little tiny bones in my feet. So this.
Okay, at this point, I have no disagreement with this. A boot like that is going to protect your ankle. That's why they make them. If you low side a bike and you drop a 400, 500, 600 pound bike down on your ankle, yeah, that's trouble, and then these are all hard plastic, so they're made to slide up under the bike, so you get hurt less that way.
This video is going to be about motorcycle riding boots. Pretty much why it's really important to wear these and why you should not be wearing tennis shoes, because if I would have had tennis shoes on when I dropped the bike on my leg, yeah, I would be in really bad shape on my foot here, and you can see how actually swollen it is back here. It's really bad. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow. I'm still going to work. It's actually this happened last week.
I don't see it.
You can see how much swollen.
I mean, a little bit.
I just been icing it and whatever, but it's
going to the doctor. Why, dude? You better be careful they don't give you one of those shots. I don't know, man. I don't go to the doctor for anything ever. I don't think you have a reason to go to the doctor there. I see a little swelling, but you're fine. You're fine. You had your boots on. You're protected. What do you think's happened? You think you broke a bone there? I don't know, man. I think you're good. Better safe than sorry, though. Unless you're me. Yeah.
It's pretty painful.
Oh, it's
I'm
painful.
Gonna go out to the bike and show you guys what happened. Consider myself a really good rider. I'm really actually getting pretty.
Look at that bike. That is beautiful. I love that bike. Man, it just looks so colorway perfect. I'm a Honda boy though. I don't have, I have a Yamaha R1, but man, I just love Honda. I love Honda because you don't have to work on them ever. I don't know about Ducati though. How good is that? What does Yami Noob say? A Ducatista.
Good. Outside of I've never raced on a track.
Never raced on a track.
Pretty good at riding, right? I ride a lot. I've put in 20,000 miles on my bikes in 1 year, and I ride a lot. And you can be the best rider in the world, but I just lost my footing on a hill. I slipped, the bike fell over, and it landed straight on my calf muscle here. And it hurts. Obviously, you can actually see it much better now than you could and up there in the house, but nothing happened to the bike. Might have a little scratch here, and the reason why nothing happened to the bike is because it literally crushed my calf. So I was on the bike like this.
So all along when I'm watching this video, I'm thinking this guy's riding the bike when he crashed. But wait.
And I was on a hill, and I was talking to this girl who has a bike, and we were on this hill, and I was like, all right, I'm going to back it up off this hill. So I got up on my both legs, and I was going to push it back like I usually do with both legs, but I couldn't get it. So I decided I'm going to get off the bike, and I had my Dying Easy boots on, and when I go...
See, on a hill, talking to a girl. Now the reason I'm making this video is because I left this guy a comment from my other channel, and I said something about, I basically made a comment about, dude, these boots are the reason you crashed. I mean, he's on a hill, so it's uneven ground. He's talking to a girl, which, that is what it is. And he's got both feet down, and he's going to try to back up, and he can't get proper flex in his ankle. If he had those Vans on, you could have got your feet on the ground, And with the soft rubber of the Vans, the softer rubber of the Vans and the better traction, you would have been able to have use of your ankles and you could have pushed yourself back easier with those boots on. See, those boots are made for racing, not standing by your bike or on your bike or on the side of a hill talking to a girl. Okay? That would be better for Vans. Let's see.
To get off the bike, I had my hand on the brake here.
Hand on the
And
brake.
when I go to get off the bike, I lost my footing here.
Oh.
And I had already had my leg. I don't remember exactly how I... Oh, I had this hand on the brake or something.
This
I don't
hand.
remember what I did exactly, how I did this. But in any case, I was like this. And
Oh, so he was leaning on the bike in those hard shell plastic boots that don't really give your leg a lot of movement.
I had my foot on the brake. Oh, yeah. That's what it was. I was like this, and I had my hand on the front brake, and I was going to start pushing it back, and I lost my footing on this hill. I just slipped on my foot, and the whole bike just I went down like this, and the whole bike just crushed the back of my leg.
Because of your boots, dog. Because of your boots. Those boots are for racing. If you were wearing Vans, you would have had better traction. You would have had better footing, more of your foot's able to touch the ground. I mean, come on, it's like walking around in ski boots, dude. Like, they're not very flexible. And the hard plastic, I mean, for heaven's sakes, those boots are made to slide, right? They're made to slide across the road. And they did that, and that's why you fell. So that's why I left the comment. And then your comment coming back to me, I wonder if we could find the comment. You know what? I'm going to post the comment up here so you can see it. I figured instead of just make a comment back, why not make a reaction video explaining myself? Just because I figure, I'm not super experienced. I got more miles on the road than this guy does, but
luckily nothing happened to the beautiful lipstick.
That bike is pimp. I don't know about the nickname, the beautiful lipstick. I don't know about that. I think because of the red rims, the bike is beautiful. It's probably a super expensive bike. And that chain, dude, does he live in an apartment to chain that up like that? Because I would be nervous having such a beautiful bike like that in apartment life. He must have a garage and put that thing in a garage overnight. Maybe he's just home getting lunch or something like that. I'd be super nervous leaving that thing outside because that bike is stunning. I'm newly back into bikes again. My R1 had been garaged and parked for 10 years, rust in the tank, and I basically just got it back on the road. I've ordered the gas tank ball. What do they call that thing? The ball mount GoPro. So my GoPro view will be on top of my tank, and then I'm working with a Rode Wireless Go. I'm trying to do the audio recording, and then I'm thinking of possibly maybe running another GoPro on a chin mount off my helmet. I don't know. So this is all in the beginning stages. I also ride a 2020 Honda Fury. I like Japanese bikes, dude. Fuck those Harley guys. I'm just straight up. Not all of them. Some of them are super rad. But the other day, my kid and I are riding on my 1000. And my son waves to a guy on a Harley, like an older dude, like older than me, maybe a few years. And this guy just snuffed my kid, dude. Like, and I mean, I was pissed. I wanted to turn around, follow this guy, and be like, "What the fuck do you think? What's up with you, dude?" Like, that's the biggest poser shit there is, in my opinion. And I won't wave to a guy on a cruiser anymore. And I ride a cruiser. Until they wave to me first if I'm on my rocket. I didn't know there was that kind of thing. But it's only those Harley dorks. You know who you are, and most of you guys aren't Harley dorks, but some of you definitely are. Anyway.
She's all good. Not a single mark on her from this incident. This is actually from a stone.
You got very lucky,
that
dude.
Flew up and hit her. So that's not even from it. But this is why it's really, really important to wear riding shoes.
No.
Boots, actually.
No.
Rather. I mean, if you're wearing tennis shoes and that happens, you break a lot of bones in your foot, and that.
If you wearing tennis shoes that day, that wouldn't have happened. Seriously.
That is going to be really painful. And obviously you can see, by the looks of this, how painful that could have been. And why it would have broke my foot is because it would have twisted my foot and crushed it.
I agree. It could have been bad. You were lucky at the point that, okay, I'm about to drop this bike on my leg. You're pretty lucky that the boots were on. But my argument and the reason for my comment to you was you only slid because of the boots you're wearing. Hands down. I think, come on, in the comments, guys. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'll take it. I'll take it if I'm wrong. There's no way I'm wrong on this one. There's no way. I've worn, just like getting around in ski boots. It's freaking dangerous, dude. But, attached to your skis coming down in the snow, they work wonderful. And they're very protective of your ankles and your legs, and if you hit something or whatever, you're glad you have your protective boots on. I watched a video earlier today. My son and I have a guy that went off a cliff on his R1M. You guys might have seen this. This was a pretty viral clip, and then they decide to hike down the mountain. They're hiking down the mountain in these boots as well. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you want to just finish yourself off? Like, you got up without injuries, even though your bike is destroyed, and now you're going to take the chance to hike down the mountain in those boots? Use the right gear for the right... I was looking for a rhyme because I'm a rapper and shit, I just started rapping this year, but that's a whole nother story, and it's pretty cringe. Okay, let's go.
But it couldn't do that, so all the pressure just went right to my calf. It really, really hurt. Luckily, I had on my Dionysi Twerkout 3s.
This sounds like an ad, right? Is he sponsored by Dionysi?
The green ones, actually, not these white ones, but they're in the house. So I have these in green and white.
Whoa.
And these are really good for a lot of reasons. They protect your shin. They protect it in that instance. They protect it in my ankle.
Look at the boots. Those are hard plastic. Even the rubber, you can tell that the sole is slightly rubberized, but it's hard, molded, rubberized. There's no edges. It's all rounded. Like it's designed to slide. Like when you're on the track and you low side or high side or whatever, a corner, and you hit. You've seen footage where these guys like land on their feet and slide. Like if you don't slide on it, you break it. You want to slide because you don't want to start rolling, right? That's how you break limbs and things like that. So let's listen into the reasoning here.
From twisting, and they also protected my ankle from being crushed. But they did not protect my calf, which is fine. I'd rather deal with my calf muscle being a little bruised and hurt than, my shin being crushed or my ankle being broke or like some of my toes or whatever being crushed under the bike. The bike is 400 pounds. It's pretty light, but obviously you guys can see how painful this actually is.
I can't see that.
Demonstrate here, maybe. Like you can see how swollen.
It's a little swollen.
Like it's pretty bad. So, yeah, it hurts. And this is why it's really, really important to wear motorcycle riding boots, even if you're just like in a parking lot practicing.
No, wrong,
like
wrong.
Rider in the world. Honestly, if I would have had these on, which I wear quite often,
you'd have been better off.
My TCX riding sneakers, yeah, they give you some durability around the edge.
Those are riding sneakers? They actually make riding sneakers? Dude, this guy's got all the gear. He must be sponsored, right? He's got all the gear. Man, dude, I ride in slip-on Vans that the rubber's falling apart. But, like Yami News said, dude, I am a straight-up squid. for sure. If a squid can be as old as me. I'm 53, in case you wonder.
Edges, but I'm pretty sure I would have broke my ankle or
Those are cool looking
severely
shoes, though.
hurt my ankle in that
If you were wearing those shoes, dog, you wouldn't have fallen. You just wouldn't have.
instant because of the way I went down. And look, there's like, I'm a good rider. This had nothing to do with riding.
You weren't riding. You keep saying that you were a good rider, but you weren't riding. You were standing by your bike. So you got to be good about like getting your flex on in front of the ladies. You got to make sure you have sure footing when you're pimping like that. You know what I mean? You don't want to be caught slipping. Slipping. He got caught slipping, but it was because of those Dionysi boots. I'm making a joke out of this. I'm making a funny video out of this. Honestly, this guy's pretty cool, but I want to listen to more of this video. I'm surprised that when I left the comment I left, that he didn't get it. He came back with laugh emojis at me, and he didn't get it. I'm surprised. Let's see. I mean, and come back and tell me, yo, dude, you're wrong. All right. I know there's going to be comments like that, even if you don't believe me, because it's fun.
I literally just slipped on the heel of this, and I just literally just...
He slipped on the heel. Now he said it. Now it's beginning to get real obvious. And this is what I'm shocked by. I said that. You know, they don't have a hard plastic heel on your Vans. And I keep saying I'm not sponsored by Vans either. I think Vans kind of actually suck. But nobody makes a good tennis shoe, really. Maybe those riding shoes he's got are better. Maybe I should look into some of those.
Just lost my footing, and I slipped, and the bike went down.
But he's a good rider. He wants you to know that he's a good rider, even though he wasn't riding. He just lost his footing standing up.
Luckily, I had somebody with me to help me, and so the bike didn't go down like super hard because she was right there with me. So, but it did crush my leg pretty hard. Like literally, the rear set went right into my calf, and you can kind of see like how just like swollen my leg is. So
wow. I'm a 53-year-old skateboarder, bro. I ride pools. You want to talk injuries? My God. There's a lot of dudes that ride motors that actually ride motorcycles. They're hearing this kind of... They're cringing on this. I'm not going to lie.
Motorcycles are dangerous, and it doesn't even matter.
You weren't riding, though, dude. You were standing next to one. You just fell.
If you don't even have to be riding, like I wasn't even riding the bike. Like I'm literally parked.
This is where I'm watching the video going, what the fuck? What the hell's going... But he's a good rider. He's got 20,000...
On a hill, and it was my fault. Like I should have just went down and around like I did after I dropped it. But I didn't hurt. The bike's not hurt. It's not fine. It's not scratched or anything. But
you're not hurt.
And like I said, guys, wearing the right gear is really, really important. Like, you know, if you drop the bike on your hand or on your arm, you fall over and you don't...
Or if you fall coming down the stairs from your apartment in your riding boots, be glad that you had your riding boots on, because your riding boots can support your legs and ankles from breaking as they slam onto the bottom step. But never take the thought in your mind and go, maybe I'm going to fall going down the stairs in my riding boots, because riding boots aren't made to go downstairs in. Or stand on the side of the hills holding a 400-pound bike talking to the ladies. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You don't have gloves on, you're going to crush these little bones in your fingers. And your foot, you know, like your foot's so important. Like, if you don't have a foot, you can't work. You can't work, you can't make money. If you can't make money, you can't buy motorcycles and parts and stuff and cool stuff. Like, whatever, you know? And so, having the right gear is really important. I think these are, like, probably the best boots ever made. I love these boots. I want them in black now. I just, because my green ones and my white ones are both pretty dogged. I mean, I've put over 13,000 miles on both of those boots together. Well,
he's not even at the track. Like, man, I don't know. You guys feel me on this?
No, I'm sorry. I try to split them up, and about 13,000 I've had them since both, so probably about 6,000 miles on each of those boots. I also have the Alpine Stars SMX V2s. These are okay, I just don't like the way they look. I think they're ugly, so I don't wear them. But these Torque Out 3s are really good.
The Ducatista's a fashionista, do you hear me? Man.
And they look good, they feel good, they're comfortable, and they have the zipper in the back so it doesn't get caught and stuff. But, you know, it doesn't protect the back of your leg, but, you know, it's pretty unlikely you're going to do what I did. Usually...
You know, when people talk like this, or I see, this is what I think. I live out here in Texas, and it gets hot as in the summer, right? And I see these dudes wearing these leather jackets, or jackets just in general. And I know they're wearing them for protection because, I mean, it's hotter than a $2 pistol out. I mean, I'm melting over here in a t-shirt, bitching if I have to wear a backpack to get home from work. And I see these guys in jackets and all this full gear, and I mean, I get wanting to be safe, dude, but motorcycles aren't safe. If you're that worried, don't ride a bike. Seriously, don't ride a bike.
You're gonna fall on the side, and I think that if I didn't have these on, like I said, I would have twisted my ankle, and that it would have been really, really painful.
I'm a skateboarder at 53. Would have twisted his ankle? Man, I'm gonna have to turn this video off because I can see that I'm not maybe gonna be nice.
Now, you can wear something like this. Like these are the shoes I was wearing when I got hit by the car, and I didn't break my toes, although they got pretty trashed, but they protected my toes from getting broken in that accident when I was like, you know, I literally got hit by a car doing 40 miles an hour. So
I hit a barbecue once coming on an on-ramp. A semi-truck slowed down going up an on-ramp, and he kind of pulled to the right, and I thought he was kind of pulling over so I could pass him. And I just whipped it the last second. I was already doing plus 60. And I hit the edge of a barbecue, kind of the lightweight tray side of a big gas barbecue. And yeah, my little toe took a pop. Wearing my Vans. At least I didn't have my flip-flops on, right? But yeah, so, I mean, we all know to ride safe, you'd be in a jacket every day, and you'd be in, like, maybe some work boots or you know, the more gear, you know, pants versus shorts, obviously, you're going to be safer. But, you know, at the end of the day, just have a mantra that you are always lucky and you are always going to get out of it. That's all you can do. And don't fixate too much on some of this fear, dude, because the fear coming out of here, that this is the kind of stuff that the content that I don't think people should watch because it's packed tight with fear.
You know, was saved. Like, I mean, you can see, like, my ankle was, you know, supported. And I think wearing these would have been better, definitely, than wearing these type of sneakers here, which would have done absolutely.
So those black shoes would have been better. He probably wouldn't have fallen on the street if he was wearing some sort of racing / riding to wherever crossover shoe, right? Like, these shoes are both made for riding, so they're going to have a little bit stronger support, be made a little bit more protective for your toes and your ankles and whatnot. I mean, both of them do. Without being so far to the racing side of things that they then become unsafe if you're trying to stand on a hill holding up a 400-pound bike and talking to the girls.
Nothing in the situation I found myself in now. I usually just wear these when I'm going to the van pool. If I'm going to take my bike to the van pool, I just throw these on and my work pants and my jacket. I'm literally going 5 minutes down the road, but I want something, and I don't feel like motorcycle boots and the whole thing. I just keep these on until I get to work and switch into my Nick's Builder Pro work boots. And so these are really good, but don't want to drop your bike on with these on because you're not really going to be protected. It says it has D30 armor.
Dude, I've never dropped a bike in like how many years I've never dropped a bike, but I'm always got sure footing. That's got to be it. I mean, it's a connection I'm making.
Inside there, but it's nothing, man. You're gonna crush your foot and knees. You can't do that with these, you know. And then another option is to like also have these Alpine Stars. Forget what these are called. These are the faster 3 ride knits. These are pretty good. A lot of people like these. I'm not a fan of them.
Because they're kind of ugly. I bet he doesn't like them because they're ugly.
They just got super beat up. I don't like the way they look. Kind of regret buying them, and I don't really wear them ever.
Out of curiosity, what are the price tags on these things he's holding? Because he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 pair of riding. We know he's got the white, he's got the green, he's got these black ones, and then he's got those ones, those high top shoes that kind of look like Vans that are made for riding. How much are these shoes and boots and things like that? Because he must have a really good job. I mean, riding around on the lipstick, the Ducati, and then being a fashionista, Ducatista. I like that. Do you guys all watch Yami Noob? I don't even know on this little channel of mine. I have other YouTube channels. I said a reaction channel, a skateboard channel, that are, you know, much bigger. As far as writing goes, man, I've like kind of just crawled out from underneath a rock. So I don't know.
They have support though in the ankles. I just don't like the way they look back here because
I don't
you always
either.
end up seeing your sock.
I
And
agree.
I'm very weird about the way I look on my bike. I don't want to see my sock. I just don't like the way they look really. But the ride nets are really good for like if it's really super hot.
It's not how you stand by your bike. It's how you ride your bike that matters.
They're very breathable. They have all these little holes. And, you know, some people may be attracted to these, and you do get some protection. And you're definitely getting some rigidity. They're very rigid on the side, so you're not going to crush your foot. These would have been really good in this situation as well. But like I said, nothing is better than a full, you know, you got the, I guess that's aluminum, not really sure. It's aluminum, magnesium, what it is. You can see, you know, these things are dogged. My green ones are trash. Like, the green ones, like, have no grip anymore. This thing's missing. I mean, I wear those things all the time, more than the white ones. My white ones are more for like bike nights and when I want to be showy, kind of. It depends on what jacket I'm wearing. I like all kinds.
He is a fashionista. I can appreciate that. If you got the money to do it, why not do it? I've never been that guy. So he's going to bike nights and he's doing all these. I guess so. He must be running canyons and stuff, right? Where it justifies wearing like boots like that or leather whatever, those leather suits. I mean, I can see what Yami Noob would call those guys. What are those guys called? They're squids to the. Is that the street squid? There's two kind of squid. I'm the squid in the flip flops and shorts doing a wheelie, and not so much anymore. Now that I'm a dad of 3 kids, I always wear my helmet unless I'm just going close. But I mean, shit can happen, you know, and protect your head because you never know. As a skateboarder too, I've had to learn my lesson about wearing my pads, and I hate it, and I think it maybe doesn't look cool, but you know, at the end of the day, I don't want my kids to see me with my head opened up. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah.
Different stuff. But I do really want the black ones now. But yeah, I absolutely love the Twerk Out 3s. I think these are the best motorcycle riding boots you can get. And, you know, so don't budget. Like, I know that, like, Doodle on a motorcycle released a video about, like, budget motorcycle gear. Honestly, guys, I'm going to be straight up and real with you. There is nothing budget friendly about motorcycles, gear, or anything that you're
That's
gonna do
true.
with bikes. There is no such thing as budget friendly anything. You can buy cheaper gear, but it's still expensive. And honestly, like, what's cheaper? Like, buying something like this? These are still $120.
Oh, there we go.
$100, and you're getting zero protection. So let's be real with ourselves here, and let's make real content, guys. Like, because like, if you're telling people that you're gonna save money, it's then the only way you're saving money in motorcycles is when you're buying cheaper gear that's not actually going to protect you when you need to fall. So honestly, what's going to protect you is expensive leather pants, expensive leather jackets, and full race boots and gloves. That's it. And I don't care how hot it is. Like, I was yesterday in 93, 95 degree weather in full leathers.
Oh!
Okay, like,
stop.
It is what it is. It's hot, but when you go down on these bikes and you're wearing Gore-Tex and you paid, like, you know, $120.
How many times does this guy crash? I mean, aren't those leather suits like $1,000? Like, I'm looking at budget. Hell yeah. I'm still wearing a t-shirt, bro. I can't do it. I have gloves. I have good gloves. I know about, but I got them on a budget. They were on sale. I'm not riding a bike if I got to wear a suit like that. I'm not riding a bike, period. I mean, I don't know how he rides. This is the only video I watch. I mean, maybe he's one of these guys that's uploading content where he's doing 120, splitting lanes, and, you know, maybe he's busting wheelies through lanes and then hitting, you know, the Ortega Highway or you know, some road with a bunch of switchbacks, and maybe he's dragging his elbow. For some reason, I doubt it, but maybe I'm totally wrong. I mean, protective gear is good if it's used appropriately, you know. Those race suits should be worn at the track. You know, if you're going to just pull a hot lap up and down the mountain, I get it. Do it. But you're being a dickhead to all the people out on the road. There's a lot of things to be considered here, you know.
For a Gore-Tex jacket, you paid $120 for a jacket that the armor can move around too much. It's going to be too loose. It's not going to help you. It's not going to really...
Sure, it's going to help. I'm wearing a t-shirt, bro.
The motorcycle riding pants that I wear from Raven Moto are absolutely excellent. They have DuPont coating. They have slide resistant. They have Kevlar. They are, if you're not going to wear leather, I would only wear some pants like that. Doesn't have to be Raven Moto, since that's my affiliate.
I say live by faith. I say go out and just ride, dude. Enjoy yourself. Pay attention, you know. If you crash on your bike, it's always your fault. You've got to be expecting that dumbass next to you to be on their phone. You got to expect that other guy's going to fall asleep and that zombie out person over there on drugs is about to swerve at you. You just got to expect it. The one thing I love so much about the crotch rocket versus the Honda Fury is like, man, I feel like a hood ornament on the front of that 1000cc bike, you know? Like, I'm just up there just looking at everything. I'm ahead of it. And I can get away from it fast. And on the Honda Fury, it's not like that, dude. You got your arms up, you're laid back, you know, your front wheel's out there. The bike doesn't stop that good. It doesn't accelerate that good. I mean, and you're just not prone and ready to handle when something, or when you see something's going sideways up ahead. I just feel like I can't dodge it like I can on the Rocket. I'd like Yami Noob to invite me out to the track, because they probably got a suit I could wear, and I'd like to race him. He's going to blow my doors up, but don't tell him that, because I want him to think that I think I could beat him, and I can't beat him. I think he should do a video where he races me on my 1000, and he's on like one of those 300s. I think he should do that. We should test him to see how good he is on a way smaller bike, racing somebody who's never been on a track before with a bike that's too fast. Yeah. Not to hurt me, because I won't get hurt. I'm not going to try to win so bad that I hurt myself. But, yeah, anyway.
And I can give you a discount code, HardCity, all caps. That'll get you 10% off. So shop that link down below. I'll show you that.
And I would like to say, every company out there needs to sponsor this guy, Hard City. This guy can represent your products fantastically. He's gone over it so many times in this video, and I understand, dude. I edit skateboarding videos. I talk a lot because who wants to see an average skater skate the same shit over and over again without telling a story? So I understand the editing process, and when you got diarrhea of the mouth, you just kind of keep going and say the same shit over 15 different times. So I ain't judging you on that.
They have a really nice armored hoodie. They have really nice stuff, but it's not cheap. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're gonna pay to pay.
I believe you.
You're gonna pay to play in this business, in this game, and like I don't want to see budget-friendly motorcycle gear videos.
I do.
It really makes no sense.
I do. I want budget friendly. Please don't tell them that, guy. Would you rather people not wear any? Because I'm not even wearing a helmet if I can't get one for $200 or less. Come on, dog. This is tripping. Like, go ahead. No budget friendly. Like, please go ahead and make this shit as expensive as you possibly can, because I feel like I gotta look pimp. No, fuck that, dude. Sometimes shit doesn't fit right, you know?
If you're doing budget-friendly motorcycle gear, you're just buying gear that's not really going to protect you. Like that's what it is.
That's total bullshit. That's total bullshit, man. I mean, look at his eyes, dude. Is he being honest right now? No, he's not being honest. Because, you know, the HJC helmet I just paid $200 for, or the Shoei helmet, is the Shoei going to help me any more? No, it's not. Does that material feel a little more plush? Is it a little more fancy when my friends see me? Is it like equal to like, I don't want them to see my socks? Come on, dog.
It's cheap armor, it's cheap Gore-Tex, it's cheap stuff that doesn't fit, whatever. So like the whole like budget thing, just get it out of your head right now. When you're getting the motorcycle game and the gear, you're going to be spending some money. This is not a budget-friendly thing. And
I never bought a couple of boots, dude. I never had boots. I'm assuming you're spending $175 to $300 to maybe even $600 on each one of those sets of boots. That's crazy. That's nuts. And I'm learning how to work on my own bikes myself now. And yeah, dude, I'll tell you what, nothing's cheap. And when I looked at Harley's, when I bought that Honda, and they told me, and they giggled about a $500 oil change, I was like, hey, you might think it's cute. I'm disgusted. I'm out of here. I'm going to go buy a Honda. You know, I can do all that myself, and that thing's going to run forever. So, don't even get me started about Harleys, bro.
I'm just sorry, that's just how it is. And it's not just because I have a Ducati. It doesn't matter what kind of bike you have. Okay, you're going to spend money. Everything's expensive. It is what it is, right? And so get yourself the best you can. And when you're my best advice that I can give you is when you make the decision to buy a motorcycle, you should be also putting money aside to get the best possible gear that you can afford. I'm not saying go out there and spend millions of dollars and like
helmet. You don't have to do boots. Come on, man. You don't need boots. Get a pair of work boots. You're going to be good in those. Get a pair of something that you can wear to safely get down the stairs at your apartment, that you can also wear to work. I mean, your still to work boots might be okay, but I ride my whole life in Vans on the road, and I've been fine. I've never dropped a bike yet. I'm not going to drop a bike, and if I did, it would probably be in my front lawn, because I got my flip-flop caught up on something. Because you shouldn't ride in flip-flops. You should wear some real shoes. So anyway, I think this video has gone on long enough. I'm going to subscribe to Hard City. Everybody's different. And some people focus on the gear a lot, you know. I've been just beating myself up over trying to get a moto vlog setup that works, and I'm having a tough time with it. And you can watch 1,000 videos, and I'm into motorcycles like full hook, line, and sinker, and I'm having a great time. But I just saw this video and I thought, you know what, someone needs to come out and let people know that it doesn't have to be like this. This is too much. And sometimes if you're that scared on a bike, you probably shouldn't ride one. You'll probably be, I mean, we all see these used bikes for sale that have like 2,000 miles on them, and they're like 4 or 5 years old. I mean, I put 2,000 miles on my bike within the first month. So, ride your bikes. Don't be so scared. Have a positive mental outlook on how everything's going to go. wear protective gear, you know, wear pants, wear shoes, you know, wear your helmet. Helmet's a great idea. I think helmet and gloves, great idea. On my sport bike, is this kooky? Tell me if this is kooky. I've been thinking about wearing one of those armadillo. What the hell's that thing called? It's got like a kidney belt, but then a spine protector. Partly to keep my damn shirt down, because my shirt wants to fly up every time I like pin that thing. And you know, homie don't play that, man. I'm too fat at 53 to be having that happen. So yeah, anyway, subscribe to my channel if you want to watch an old guy get down on some power wheelies again. I'm going to be trying that very soon, but I want to make sure I got the camera set up rolling. I'm going to hang up this video right now, and I'm going to go test out the microphone, because that this guy with the wind muff inside my helmet right here was too loud for me. Like, I think these are too hot anyway. So I'm gonna try it with a lav mic, and maybe try leaving the microphone like behind the ear pad, because man, I'm freaking loud, bros. So all right, man, we're just gonna let this go here. I'm gonna sub. I think you should sub. You know, iron sharpens iron. So hopefully, rather than responding to the response he left on my comment, I'm on there as Prodigal Sons. That's my skateboarding channel. If you want to come back and talk shit on me on that channel, feel free. I don't care at all. But if you want to see my comment, just go and read it. But he responded to it, and he kind of laugh emoji'd my comment. And I don't know how he didn't see what I was talking about and realize the validity in what I was saying, you know? Those boots are made for racing, dog. You weren't racing. You were standing. You know, I mean, you wouldn't go to the gym in those boots, would you? And lift weights. You wouldn't go climbing on a mountain and wear those boots, would you? You wear those boots to the track. You wear those leather suits to the track. I don't know. Unless you're riding the mountains like you're riding a track. And now that I'm subscribed, I'm going to go look at some of the other videos and see. And I expect I'm going to see this guy bombing hillsides and bombing switchbacks. But maybe I'm not. I don't know. So, but looking like that, you should be. Now, I'll say this. I was in a motorcycle shop near my house. I'll just say it, in Georgetown. And there was a cat over there wearing boots like that. And he had a stunt bike. He was rocking a 636 outside, had a full cage on it. He had the giant sprocket in the back, and I'm telling my kid, like, that's the real deal right there, bro. This guy knows how to, you know, do those, you know, combos on these stand-up wheelies off the seat and riding out the pounded-in tank, you know, and do the high chairs and whatever all those tricks are called. And then, you know, we got to talking to the guy. He came out of the shop. He worked there, and he was like wearing those boots, working behind the counter. So there's a certain level of poser in this sometimes. He's a nice guy, and he rides bikes, and he wants to look like that, but you're at work, dog. Change your boots, dude. Anyway, he came out. He got on his bike, introduced myself. I talked to him. He bought that bike. He doesn't know how to do any wheelies. So sometimes you never know. Anyway, I was giving him some wheelie advice. Now that should not be allowed on the internet. All right, man. Peace.